two kinds of thought. Dvedhavitakka Sutra. And this is my own summary of this sutra taken from this book that provides the discourses of the Buddha. And in this sutra, the Buddha talks about a time when he was an unenlightened bodhisattva, and he talks about deciding to separate out his thoughts into two classes. One was unwholesome thoughts and one was wholesome thoughts. Unwholesome thoughts included thoughts about sensual desire, thoughts about ill will, thoughts of cruelty, and wholesome thoughts was the opposite, thoughts of renunciation, thoughts of non-ill will, thoughts of non-cruelty. And whenever a thought arose in his mind, he would consider whether this thought would lead to my own affliction of others. Does it obstruct wisdom? Does it lead away from Nirvana? And when he considered as such, when he thought about anything with sensual desire, ill will, or cruelty, he considered the danger of these thoughts, and thereby he abandoned them and he removed them. And he did that because the inclination of the mind is whatever that is frequently thought about and pondered about. Here he provides an example that if a cow herd would, during a rainy season, guard cows, he would make sure that the cows wouldn't stray into others' crops, because then the cow herd will be in trouble. And in such a manner, we would guard our thoughts and not let them stray if we encounter unwholesome thoughts. And when it comes to wholesome thoughts like renunciation, these are blessings and it can be cleansing. There is no fear of the danger of these thoughts. But even with these thoughts, the bodhisattva wouldn't dwell on them, because excessive thinking can tire the mind and body, and it can lead away from concentration. So even when it comes to wholesome thoughts, what he did was steady the mind and bring it to single pointedness. And this is shown by an example where a cow herd during a hot season wouldn't have to so carefully guard the cows, because there wouldn't be crops around, so there wouldn't be a danger of the cows straying. And the cow herd would just have to be mindful of the presence of the cows. And in such a manner, we would be mindful then of our wholesome states of mind, that they're just there. And with the removal of these unwholesome states, with that seclusion, then the mind is more prepared and it tends more easily to get to single pointedness, meditation, and jhanic states. So in general, then the Buddha provides an example of a great low-lying marsh, which he compares to sensual desires. And then he compares all beings, all of us, to a herd of deer who enjoy this low-lying marsh, which is the sensual desires. And then he asks us not to delight in this, not to stray away through ignorance, and not to follow a wrong path, but instead follow the safe and joyful path that he has guided us towards, which is the Eightfold Path in Buddhism.